Over the years, I've expanded my definition of painting to be so much more about the process than about the actual materials that I'm using. And I am going to share with you 5 tips that you can use to paint without paint. These tips come directly out of my Introduction to Classical Colored Pencil Painting course, which is available on my website, courses.lanaglowshotart.com. If you head over to that website and set up a free trial, you'll be able to view a 30-minute free preview lesson of this course, and you'll also be able to access all the information that you need to learn about the materials that we use for this course. If you want to jump over to my website at the end of this video, you can check out the link in the notes below. Tip number 1, create a line drawing on a separate sheet of paper. Before I start painting, I begin by taking some time to work out the composition, ensuring that all the elements work together to produce the desired effect. If I have the time, I like to create a line drawing of my subject matter on a separate sheet of paper. This allows me to physically separate the drawing phase from the painting phase and allows me to freely explore and work out the proportions without being worried about ruining my final surface. Tip number 2, work on a textured surface. One of the biggest differences between drawing and painting is that when you are painting, you are constantly adding new paint to adjust and edit previous layers. If you are working with colored pencils on a smooth paper, you are quite limited to how much you can adjust your initial marks, and it's difficult, if not impossible, to significantly lighten your values, alter your shapes, or make even minor adjustments to your composition. But if you use colored pencils on a textured surface, you have so many more options. A textured surface, like sanded paper, will allow you to lay light values over the top of dark values and make pretty significant adjustments to your composition if needed. Tip number 3, start with a value underpainting. A value underpainting will allow you to organize your values and create a visual hierarchy before you ever have to make a single decision about color. I like to think of my value underpaintings as a roadmap for where my paintings are headed, providing me with helpful information which makes later decision making easier. I typically start by staining my sanded paper with some transparent color and then transfer my line drawing onto this stained surface. The values are applied with both dark and light oil-based colored pencils. Tip number 4, use both oil and wax colored pencils. On a smooth white paper, there are subtle differences between oil and wax-based colored pencils, but these differences are much more obvious when working on sanded paper. Oil-based pencils can be blended with powder blender to create soft, transparent transitions, whereas wax-based pencils can be applied more opaquely and can more effectively cover previous layers. Be sure to experiment with a variety of different pencils on a scrap sheet and to learn as much as possible about your colored pencils. Tip number 5, evaluate and seek out feedback. Perhaps one of the biggest parts of painting for me is the analyzing, editing, and adjusting process. I feel that regularly analyzing your artwork is a crucial practice for improving your current piece and for perfecting your craft, but it can be difficult to effectively do this on your own. Another set of eyes or a quick conversation with a friend about your artwork can help you see it in a new way. Throughout this video, you learned what I mean by painting with colored pencils, and you heard 5 awesome tips that you can use to paint with colored pencils in your own work. That's all for now. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye!